Well, we'll start the show off with a cough. How's it going? Excuse me. How's it going, everybody? I need to adjust the screen here. Yes, I will be by myself tonight. Decided to pop on there for a early Wednesday show. These are very rare. We don't do these very often, and especially when I'm sick. And donations have been horrible the last three shows, so we're hoping if we came on a little earlier, maybe we got some decent people that'll care to help us out a little bit. Try to help some people get some food, because the last three shows have been pretty rough. And then I went a week without doing any shows, and that didn't help us either. I didn't give any notice on the show. I figure those that give a shit and those that have us on their notifications may or may not get a notification. Some of you tell me you don't get them. But we're going to pop on here, and if we'll hang around for 30 minutes. And if we do good, we'll hang around a little longer. The same rules as Bob set up quite some time ago. If we make $60 in 30 minutes, we'll hang around longer. And if not, then we'll say goodbye and see you Friday night at 10 o'clock. There's my birthday boy. Come here. Your birthday boy. He was 5 years old on 11/11, and he didn't get much of the show. So we're going to focus him a little bit on the Friday night show. Tomorrow is my mother's birthday. She would have been, she would have been 84 tomorrow. And I've got a couple of government appointments tomorrow that I have to make. So if anybody would like to speak, that would help. There's just a few of you in here, like 12 or 13. But if you say hi, that would be nice. So if you're here, say hi. And we did get a couple of people that said that they would make a donation if they could get somebody else in the room to donate. We had Paul RJ from Australia. Can't get any Americans to donate other than Jazzy Jana. So an Australian was kind enough. He says if we could raise $25 in here, that he would match that. He wrote me earlier today and told me that. So that was very nice of Paul RJ. And from the United Kingdom, we had a young Robert Palmer wrote me and said that he would donate $15 if someone else would donate $15 in here. So, well, that didn't take long. It didn't take long. Well, I mean, I'm better, but I got my blood work back today, and all my blood work came back pretty good. My A1C is down 0.3 of a point from where I was last time. It doesn't sound like much, but when you're only measuring in low numbers anyway, it was they were happy with it. And so the A1C was down 0.3 of a point from the last 3 months, so that was good. But they did explain to me that the reason you're feeling like shit is because sepsis is not an easy thing to get over. As you all know, Dutch Mantel has had it once, maybe twice, and damn near killed him 1 or 2 times. And they said I was screwing around with death if I did not get in there as soon as I did. And so I got some days I feel like I'm almost back to normal, and then other days it just knocks you on your ass. And as y'all can tell from the podcast, I mean, when I watch a little bit of the playback, I can tell that unless one of y'all make me mad, it's hard to get the adrenaline going right now. And no, I'm not happy with the election, but apparently 20 million Democrats stayed home and did not vote, or did not have their vote counted, depending who you want to believe. I try not to get into the conspiracy theory shit until there's some absolute proof. There was one place on Twitter claiming that 20 million Democrat votes were not processed and were kicked out of the system. It was from a verified account, but that don't mean shit these days. Anybody that's got $8 to $20 can get a verified account. So that doesn't mean anything. And I haven't heard any of the news organizations talking about it. So you would think if there was any legitimacy to that somebody would be, no, not Fox Entertainment. They're not going to talk about it. But so we're here for 30 minutes. Hopefully we got a couple of people out there that might match the proposed donations that came from Paul RJ. Paul says he will match $25 from anybody else that can match that. I did hear from Michigan Mike today. Michigan Mike said he had to buy some new tires that ran about $800. So apparently he's not going to be able to help for a little bit. And Teammaker's going through some shit that might prevent him from donating for a little while. So that's two of our big boys that are probably going to be out of it for a little bit. So if there's anybody else out there like the Iceman who might want to step out and help us out a little bit, that would be great. So hell, Iceman even got a badge, so we're not going to get a donation from him. So other than that, feel free to ask your questions. If we can make $60 in here tonight, I'll hang around a little bit longer. If not, y'all keep saying sometimes you wish I went on earlier. Well, I'm here earlier. I sent notifications to those that want me to come on earlier. I don't see them here. So it's okay. And it's 6:30 for one of these guys that keeps saying that I come on too late. It's past his bedtime. Well, it's 6:30. If he goes to bed at 6:30, there's not much I can do for him. He's in the Central Time Zone. And let's see. But if there's anything wrestling y'all want to talk about, college football playoffs, Miami might be the luckiest team in college football. They are ranked 9th in the playoff system. And then I see the playoff breakdown. And because of the conference championship thing, if Miami wins the conference, if the playoffs were to start today, Miami would be the thank you, Daniel. I appreciate that, man. We certainly use the help, man. Let me check the donations here real quick. You are the first one tonight because the other ones are challenges. They said that if we get somebody to do something. Well, I got a YouTube TV payment, so that helps. But that goes to pay the YouTube TV bill. Daniel Lemley has matched the Paul RJ challenge. So Daniel Lemley has donated $25, and Paul RJ said he would donate $25 if anybody else did. And Paul's good for the money, so we appreciate that. We also have the $15 challenge from Robert Palmer, which he said he would do if somebody would donate $15. And Robert Palmer lives in the UK. Normally donates once or twice a month. He's been a pretty good guy. Always donates after the show because he never gets to watch live because it's a 5-hour difference. So tonight we're on at like midnight, I guess. Google. Hey, Google. What time is it in London, England?
The time in London, United Kingdom, is 12:46 a.m. on Thursday.
Yeah, it's 12:46 a.m. in London. I doubt he's up. Most people go to bed at a decent hour. And we're only on YouTube tonight. This is a YouTube exclusive because nobody on Facebook ever donates. But that's only a courtesy to the Filipino families that we do that because I can't remember the last time anybody on Facebook donated jack shit. So, but yeah, I did get one of the YouTube TV payments that I share my account with. I do have one account open for anybody that lives in Kentucky or Indiana. I can share up to, it says I can share 6 accounts, but I only like to share 4 because that way 3 of us can be watching at the same time and we're fine. And that rarely happens. Maybe the Super Bowl or something like that. And I watch much of my stuff recorded late at night. I don't watch a lot of live television. Most everything I watch is recorded. So if there's somebody out there in Kentucky or Indiana that would like a $200 YouTube TV account for $49, it includes about 40 movie channels, HBO, Showtime, and Stars. About 40 channels. There's about 8 or 10 additional occasional sports channels to where if HBO is covering a sports event, sometimes NFL, sometimes college, sometimes baseball, it'll be on HBO Max. And various other soccer and sporting events, stuff like that. I have NFL Red Zone, which is an additional fee each month. That gives you Red Zone, 12 additional sports channels, and 2 channels dedicated to fighting and wrestling. There's a TNA channel and the Fight channel. OVW Primetime Television has lots of hundreds of shows that are on the Fight channel. So if you want to get caught up on OVW television with Al Snow and Cash Flow, Cash Flow, my old buddy, is got a reoccurring character on the Tulsa King. And I've been talking with Cash Flow. I'd love to get him on the show just to talk about the Tulsa King. And this is to show you, well, I do have a cutoff. I know that Sylvester Stallone's a Trump supporter. And hell, cash flow might be too, for all I have no idea. I don't know where he stands politically. I've never asked him. But I'd love to have him on the show, talk a little bit about OVW and a lot about the Tulsa King. I love that show. Cash is doing a great job on it. I didn't even know Cash Flow's real name till recently. Still, and I've worked with him since 1995. But if you haven't seen the Tulsa King, season 2 is where he comes in at. I can't remember if he's episode 1 or episode 2. I think he might be episode 1. But check it out. He's on there. Tulsa King is great. And Harold would be even greater if you had a badge and if you donated. But Tulsa King is a very good show. I think I'm 2 or 3 episodes away from wrapping up season 2. They do show it weekly. But no, Tulsa King is very good. And like I said, Trump supporters or not, it's a good show. Another show that I've discovered recently that I really like is, oh shit, I got something covered up there. I don't know where Coltrane is. They didn't know I was doing a show tonight. I rarely ever do Wednesday night shows. I don't know why I don't do Wednesdays, but I rarely do. I've almost considered doing, I guess the reason I don't do Mondays, I try not to go head to head with Raw. And if I do Raw, well, at least now they go off at 10 instead of 11. But some of you said 10 o'clock's a little too late for some of you. Others of you don't give a shit. You know, you watched if I went on at midnight. So I have avoided Mondays, but if I did Mondays, I'd probably go on from 7 to 8:30, go maybe a half hour into Raw. And then if I do Wednesdays, those would probably be 7:30 to 9 o'clock shows. And then maybe keep Fridays through the football season. And go on, that'll be the late show at 10 o'clock. And most people don't have to work the weekends. And then again, some of you do. So let's see here. Jason told me about all the work you do for the kids. Well, we appreciate that. Yeah, we try. Well, Jason helps us out with that quite a bit too. Bob Hazelwood has been a tremendous help to me the past, God, however long's Bob's been with me, 3 years. A lot of our home money went to helping the Filipino kids and families, a lot of single moms. And but donations have been way down the past 3 shows. I don't know why. And there's Paul RJ. Hey, Paul, you got a match from Daniel Lemley. I told him that you issued a $25 challenge, and Daniel Lemley matched that. So 25 out of you, 25 out of Daniel Lemley. Still waiting to see if anybody would like to match the we don't have it yet. Nobody's matched the $15 challenge yet. And as a matter of fact, the only donations that we have so far are Daniel Lemley and the challenge by Paul RJ. Nobody else has donated. So who knows? Maybe Harold will get a badge and even make a donation. Who knows? But yeah, Tulsa King is a great show for anybody that would like to check that out. I forget what streaming service it's on. I watch it on Kodi. I think it's on Paramount. Yeah, I think if you have Paramount, yeah, it's definitely on Paramount Plus. It's in the Philippines. Why did I think it was Vietnam? Well, we had a young lady on here who is from, God, I don't forgot where she's from now, but it ain't the Philippines and it ain't Vietnam, I don't think. I forgot. But she pops in here from time to time, and she helps us with our Filipino children as well. And but yeah, we had one show we only reached $5. We had another show we only made 15. So we've already done better tonight than we did on the previous 2 shows. And so if anybody can be of a help to us, because I'm only going to be here. Oh God, we need to raise $60 for me to stay here longer than 30 minutes, and even counting Paul RJ's challenge and Daniel Lemley's donation, we've only made 50. So we're still shy of me staying here past 10 more minutes. So we'll see how we do. If anybody else wants to contribute, you'd be amazed how quickly those $10 donations add up, and $10 challenges, they really do help. And that's the reason I do the show, guys. I mean, the last 3 shows were so discouraging with me being sick and me still coming on here fresh out of the hospital, sometime feeling on death's door, to still come in here and try to raise money for these families and try to entertain you all to some degree. And then to make $5 or $15 out of, God, one of the shows we had 500 people watching after the show, 300 or 400 watching during the show, and to make $15. So it gets a little discouraging sometimes. And sometimes I just think of doing finding another way to raise money for these families if it ain't going to work here. I mean, I know the holiday season's coming up, but my God, if $5 or $10 is changing anybody's lifestyle, then they probably shouldn't be in here watching this show, would be my opinion. So I don't know. What do you do? I'm a bit short on money for a few weeks. I have 6 kids. Well, I didn't do that. 5 different women. Well, I didn't do that either. It sounds like you should have made some personal changes in your life long before that ever happened. I have 1 kid through 1 woman, and that was 1987. He came to join us, and he shares my birthday. No, you're don't worry about it, Harold, because you're going to be short on money for a long time if you have 6 kids through 5 different women. You should be at a part-time job right now instead of watching this show. So what do you do? All right. Taking up a lot of chat space, though. Well, if you have rich friends, get some help for yourself. If you have some rich friends, and but yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath because I've seen that one before, to where people have rich friends and they're going to send them my way. They never come. So I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. I'm getting paid soon. Okay. All right. Because the taxi ran over your foot. Well, we've heard that one before too. We got one guy in here that said he's going to be getting $1 million due to some accident he was in. We've been hearing that for 3 years, and he hasn't donated a dime. So, but I wish you luck. I wish you luck. Sorry the taxi ran over your foot. Anybody else with a badge? Because really the conversations are supposed to be for people with a badge and that make donations. So would anybody else like to say anything? And thank you, Paul RJ, for your $25 challenge. Thank you, Mr. Limley, for matching it. We need to get that $15 donation matched for me to stay on here more than 10 more minutes. And we, like I said, we only have the 1 donation other than, yep, that's all we got. Well, it's been about par for the course lately. We've been getting 1 or 2 donations a show. Lots of people watching and nobody donated. So I'm just going to sit here until somebody with a badge has a question or says something. And like I said, I didn't advertise the show tonight. It's just like I said, for those that give a shit about helping people and would like to pop in here and help us out a little bit. So I got 9 minutes left. I will sit here and wait for somebody with a badge or a membership or a donation to say something, and then we'll go from there. We, like I said, we do have the $15 challenge from Robert Palmer. I guess the audio is better tonight. Nobody's saying I sound like a robot. I went back and looked at the yeah, so Paul, we're here 10 more minutes. Well, 9 more minutes, because you and Limley are the only donations of the night. Honey, unfortunately, I cannot, because our donations are way down and we don't have enough money for ultrasounds. Grit, I'm so sorry. I wish we could help you, but donations have been drastically down the last 4 shows. Young lady named Chris says she's having an ultrasound today. Wants to know if I can help her, and she's sick. Well, I've been getting letters from sick Filipinos all over the place, and the dollars only go so far. And we have food as a top priority, and we don't even have enough money to handle all those requests. So we definitely can't do much with ultrasounds. And we got 20 of you in here watching. So those are the updates. Like I said, I'm on here to answer questions from badge members or people that make at least a you can make a $5 donation in here. Those help us a lot towards the 21st. Those are a help. We don't get it till the 21st, but it's still a help. Tomorrow is my mother's birthday. She would have been 84. Scooby's birthday was November 11th. He is now 5. We're going to celebrate Scooby's birthday a little bit more on Friday. And yep, that's me. But the great thing is that you can go away and go do something else. So you get to do that. So there we go. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I did not set the show up to block the trolls tonight. I just wanted to get them to get their shit out of the way. Did I watch Raw? I did, and wasn't overly impressed. I think I watched it. Yeah, because I did the Tuesday show. We talked about it on the Tuesday show. And I mean, it was, nothing that overwhelmed me. Nothing overwhelmed me. So, but no, I did not block the trolls tonight. The trolls have open season. I figured we'd get rid of a few of them tonight, and we'll be back to regular on Friday. But well, he doesn't send me any cheese. He actually sends money. The cheese would mold before it got over there. Do. I just smell a rat there. I really do. I just smell a rat. If I'm wrong, I'll change it later. But they know the rules. The rules are the comments are for the people who make donations and for people who have badges. And he had neither, and he was taking up a lot of space. And he knows the rules, and seems to be focused a lot on Coltrane. So if Coltrane wants to vouch for him later, that'll be up to him. So we have 5 more minutes. We'll see if anybody does anything. And like I said, waiting for any questions. Paul, you got any questions? You made a donation tonight. Daniel Emily was kind enough to make a donation. You've been the only 2. Well, other than our challenge from the UK from our other friend that made the $15 challenge. I don't know why I'm playing around with the other 5 minutes, but those are the rules. And Trump very quiet. Well, he got treated with kindness and decency that he did not give Biden on the peaceful transfer of power. Oh, God. Thanks, Ghost. Don't break the bank. You tightwad fuck. I said a $5 donation would actually be of some help. Jesus. Oh, you're already trying to get blocked. You're already trying to get blocked. But yeah, we need, if somebody matches the $15 challenge, that will buy us a bonus 15 minutes. But so far, that has not happened. And I should block Ghost for doing a $2 donation. He knows better. All the jack he's making, all the jack he saves. He could buy my other YouTube TV account. He could do that. Shout out to Andy, in case Andy's watching. Thank you for your YouTube TV payment. We appreciate that. And like I said, I do have 1 more account left. I'd like to have 2 left. I'd like to get rid of my brother. He's been relentless. Oh, he's so happy. All the racism going on out in Carroll County and the homophobia and the womanizing. Oh my God. And the pro-rape supporters. Oh my God. I'm sorry, grape supporters. I forgot. Looks like John Paul might have sent a message. Or did he? Let me see. No, that's somebody else. Another Filipino needing help that I cannot help. What do you do? What do you do? I keep telling them until the donations pop up here, because she's needing medical help as well. And like I said, we're just trying to cover food at this standpoint. No, that was not John Paul. Just his name lit up. Well, we got 3 minutes. And then I will be back here Friday night. Chris Schmidt with $5, so he's done 7. Bite me. Chris Schmidt says, "For here, asshole." All right. Well, we're pretty, at least that way we get the whole $5. So Chris Schmidt, in all honesty, has done $7 tonight, so we appreciate that. And but we're still shy of the $15 challenge, and we're still shy of $60. About as well as can be expected, man. About as well as can be expected, Paul. raining here. We got a good rain coming out. I sat outside in the rain for a little bit with Scooby, and it was coming down hard enough that it was actually hitting me in the face on the porch lightly, but it says it's 54 degrees out there. So rain at 54 in the face is a little cool. So we only stayed out there about 20 or 30 minutes. And it was supposed to quit raining at 7:30, but I still hear it coming down out there. And we've gotten quite a bit of rain today. It said we were only going to get 1/10 of an inch. I guarantee you there's at least 2 inches of rain out there. Amazon is not the best weather forecaster. So we're down to 1 minute. So if anybody wants to extend the show a few minutes, and it ain't looking good, we need to match that $15 challenge for me to stay here. And we got 1 minute to do it. And otherwise, a racist asshole sent me an additional $3. That would be my brother. Yeah. Oh, he's loving it out in Carroll County. Let's see. Well, no, you don't remember that. I've never been entertaining. God damn, it's raining hard out there now. No, my brother, he sells stuff at a lot of the auctions, and he ordered a bunch of stuff off Temu. And he told me they had MAGA hats real cheap on Temu. I've never seen them. God damn, it is pouring down out there. I mean, you can probably almost hear it, but these microphones supposedly filter out background noise. It is coming down in buckets out there, and it was supposed to have quit at 7:30. But no, I told my brother I'd send him 300 pennies for something, and he said, I'll take it. So I sent it to him. So he sent me those 300 pennies back. He said, from a racist asshole, so at least he admits it. But he told me that he didn't get political with the stuff that he sells. I said, well, why not? I said, you live in a county that's 95% Trump. Who the fuck are you going to offend? You know, if you sell that shit in Carroll County, Henry County, Trimble County, or Shelby County, who are you going to offend? And even if it's 60-40 or 70-30, cater to those that are going to buy your shit. And like, if I'm going to sell around here, then I'm going to sell Kamala and Biden and whatever the fuck. But we don't do that shit. Democrats don't really buy a lot of shit. Those church organizations buy up all the, you know, the Republicans that they worship. They buy the merch. As a matter of fact, I found out recently that it's mainly Democrats that go to these Trump rallies wearing Trump shit, selling the Trump paraphernalia. Those are normally Democrats selling the shit. That's an old Cornette trick. Cornette used to have people set up a table for him and sell anti-Cornette shit. And it was a genius idea, you know, shit bad-mouthing his mother, bad-mouthing him. And he's raking in all the money, paying the guy to run the table with a girl to run the table selling anti-Cornette shit. He used to do that back in Smoky Mountain Wrestling. And, no, Biden did the decent thing. I don't know if I'd have done it. He didn't give Biden a peaceful transfer of power. I'll be damned if I'd have given him one. But Biden's a good man. You know, whatever you want to say about him, he's a decent guy, and hadn't raped anybody, so he's got that going for him. And it had to have been very hard to invite him in there. Melania turned it down though because her underwear drawer got raided. Well, she should have talked to her husband about that. Maybe if he hadn't stolen those documents, her underwear drawer wouldn't have gotten raided. So maybe blame your husband. Don't blame Dr. Jill Biden. Don't do that. So I don't know. But, well, guys, we tried. I'll take one last look at the buzzer here, but it ain't looking good. But no, I told my brother to cater to his market, and he's got a 4-county radius there, and even probably a good chunk of Oldham County. Nowhere near the numbers that it would be in the racist counties that don't like people with dark skin. And like if I want to sell Trump shit, I'm going to go to Bullitt County down where Chris Schmidt lives. I would say it's at least 70-30 there, maybe 80-20 in Bullitt County. Chris might disagree with me. He lives there. But it's got to be 70-30, 80-20. I wouldn't hesitate in a second to sell Trump shit in Bullitt County. It ain't going to sell here. Get your house burned down. I think I have seen 1 or 2 Trump flags in all of the east side of Louisville in the last 4 years. And they were like well off the road. They weren't on the main highway or anything. And they could have been set up. You know, they might have been neighbors that didn't like them to try to set them up. Oh, I love the Penguin. I love the Penguin is good. And you know, I never knew that was Colin Farrell till last week. I've been watching that show trying to wonder who he is. Like I've seen that guy before. And but never thought it was Colin Farrell. And then my son looks it up. He's, yeah, it's Colin Farrell. I said, no, it ain't. I said, oh, what Penguin you're talking about? There must be another Penguin. Looked it up. It's fucking Colin Farrell. What an amazing job he does. And the show is very good. The Old Man is very good. I just started watching that. I started binge watching that. I don't watch as much news now. I watch some, but nowhere near as much as I was. And all those Trump briefings ought to be great starting after the 21st, because you know he's not going to let anybody else do it. But now The Old Man is very good, and it leads you a lot of places you would never dream it's going. It's a deep show too. It's one of those. There's a lot of what do you call it? Closed captioning for foreign language speaking, because it bounces back and forth with a couple of foreign countries. But the Old Man is very good, starring Jeff Bridges. And for 74 years old, same age as Dutch and Jerry Lawler, Dutch and Jerry Lawler do not want to fuck with Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges took his shirt off and going, fuck, I ain't fucking with him. Jeff Bridges, you look at him, he looks like an old man. Takes his shirt off, you go, you know what, Jeff, me and you ain't got no problems. I don't know what anybody said about you, but it wasn't me. So Ryan Anderson's a member. I haven't seen Ryan Anderson's name pop up here in quite some time. But that's still not a $15 challenge, so it ain't looking good for any extended time. I mean, we gave you all a bonus 5 minutes. All the people that used to live in Louisville Metro moved to Bullitt, Shelby, Spencer, Oldham counties in Indiana. 70-30. Yeah, that was about what I was guessing, was maybe 70-30. Where's your badge? The nerve of you. Like I said, I did this for a reason tonight, and that was for these dumb fucks to get in their one comment and to be done with them. And but I tell you what, being as we're reasonably close to maybe somebody accepting that $15 challenge, the Ghost member for 20. Way to go, Ghost. Way to go. We're reasonably close to somebody pulling the trigger and doing that $15. So I'm going to give you a bonus 10 minutes, which you already got 6 of it. So I'll hang around another 4 or 5 minutes. Well, I don't know about that. I do not tolerate sexual predators on the show. So yeah, we do not promote sexual predators on this show. So that's going to go away. All right. If you really cared, you'd have had a badge. Oh, Jesus, it's 8 o'clock. Hey, boss, I'm doing my show right now. Can you give me about 15 minutes to call you right back?
Kenny.
Yeah, can you give me about 15 minutes to call you back? I'm in the middle of my show.
No, you call me back right now.
Well, I'm going to call you back in 15 minutes.
Okay, 15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah, I'm wrapping up my show, and I'll call you back in about 15.
All right, call me back.
Well, yeah, I'm sure we got plenty to talk about. I'll call you back in just a little bit.
I got a lot to talk about.
Okay.
So call me back.
I'll call you in just a little bit.
Love you, brother.
And I love you too, boy. Be good.
Okay, you too.
Bye-bye. That was Rico. I hadn't heard from him in a while. As a matter of fact, I haven't heard from him since he went to AEW. But that was Rico. Sounded like he was at a bar. So we'll see what that's about. So we'll give you 8 more minutes, and then I got to call Rico back. Where is Bob? I don't know. This is a surprise show. I can't believe there's 35 people in here. You know, I mean, we appreciate all your smart remarks and everything, but if you want to support the show, get a badge and make some type of a small donation to help these families out. That's why we're here. It's not here to see smart ass remarks. They normally just irritate me, and then you have to go away. UT beats Georgia. I said, well, I'm rooting for you, Ryan Anderson. because that'll get Georgia out of the thick of this. Because if Georgia wins, Tennessee won't fall enough to fall out. I'm a very anti-SEC guy. Tennessee won't fall enough to fall out, and Georgia slides in. So I actually have to root for Tennessee to beat Georgia, and I think it's at Georgia, so it ain't gonna be easy. But I'm rooting for, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's at Georgia. So I'll be rooting for Tennessee. Yeah, that'll get Tennessee in a little bit better position, but it gets Georgia out of the thick of it. And then I'm hoping somebody can fucking knock Alabama off because they're on the fringe. And I'd like to see SMU get a good win or two. UT ain't winning with that. Well, they're going to need their starting quarterback. I agree with that. The backup didn't do too bad the other day, but they're going to need their starting quarterback to beat Georgia. I would agree with that. And Georgia had won like 52 in a row regular season games that did not involve Alabama. That is fucking amazing. That they had won 52 games in regular season games in a row. They'd either won a playoff game, a national title game, or a game against Alabama. That is phenomenal. Yeah, I thought it was going to be in Athens. Well, I'll be rooting for Tennessee. Let's get Georgia out of there. Let's get them out. And I'd like to see SMU slide in there. They have had a hell of a season. Louisville's done very well. Louisville's back in the pack. They're not going to make the playoffs, but they lost by 7 to Miami and by 7 to SMU, 6 or 7. Nobody has stomped Louisville's ass yet. And they go into Clemson and beat them pretty bad at Clemson, which Lamar Jackson couldn't even do. See, y'all getting me pumped up now. We're talking about college football. But no, I'm very proud of what Louisville's done. Ryan, are you good to match that $15 challenge? Man, it would be a huge help to us if you could, because we've only had 2 donations tonight, and Will Schmidt's done a little bit. He did 7. But yeah, that's it. We had a $25 challenge from Paul RJ, which was matched by Daniel Limley. Thank you, Daniel. It was very sweet of you to do that. And then a $3 donation from my brother, but he just gave me back the $3 I gave him. And I'm trying to teach him how to do business in a very racist county. If he'd sell that Trump shit, he'd make some bucks, but he won't listen to me. Tries to stay non-political in a very political county. I don't know. I don't know anything. Let's see here. So we're hoping somebody will match that $15 challenge, because then he's going to donate 15. That'll get, and that's not a little bad pop-in show on Wednesday, because that'd be 80, almost $90. So Ryan, can you help us out a little bit? Because we haven't seen you in a while. Oh, Jesus Christ. I keep telling some of these people, and they don't listen. They don't listen. They cannot add 2 + 2. They just can't seem to do it. Let's see here. All right, we got 4 minutes to get that $15 challenge, or I got to go, because I got to call Rico back and see what's up with him. And because I haven't heard from him in a while. Give me a drink of my Pepsi. They had a sale, so I'm back on name brand. U of L can beat anyone in the country. Well, yeah, they proved that. I mean, Lamar Jackson never beat. He came close. He got to the 3-yard line of beating Clemson his last year with U of L. I think U of L was either ranked 3rd or Clemson was ranked 3rd. They were both top 5 teams. I think maybe Clemson was 3, Louisville was 5, or maybe vice versa. And Lamar got to the 3-yard line just shy of a first down and stopped us from beating Clemson at Clemson. That would have been huge. But otherwise, they had beaten us like 8 in a row. And so I don't know. Ryan sees me begging him for a $15 donation because no one else has bothered to match it. Not even Scott with no badge. Not even Scott has helped us out. So, all right. Well, we got 3 minutes. I was just hoping that we could get that $15 out of the UK, because whoever donates 15, that turns into 30. Because Mr. Palmer said that he would match it. So, but he ain't gonna do it if we don't get the 15. So that was kind of the deal. And we got 34 of you watching. So not too bad on an unadvertised YouTube only show. We did not do Facebook tonight. for a reason, because there's never any donations coming from there. That not going to happen. And no, that's still the racist $3 money. And what do we got? We got, oh, well, that was very nice, because I know Michigan Mike has helped us out. Michigan Mike has issued a $20 challenge. Either that or he accepted the $15 challenge and raised it $5. And Michigan Mike just dropped a shitload of money on tires. I'm not going to say the amount, because he spent way more than I would have, because my cheap ass would have been down at the used tire store trying to get out for about $30 to $50 a tire at best. Well, Billy's around, you know. I didn't advertise the show tonight, so. But no, Billy was on the last show. So I don't know. You tell me. All right, I think we're down to, but thank you, Michigan Mike. That was very sweet of you. Well, there's Billy. He's right there. Or somebody with an account like Billy's, one of the two. Just matched the $15. Oh, TC from the NC says he matched it. Well, then we're going to make Rico wait 10 more minutes. For y'all doing that, I'm going to make Rico wait 10 more minutes. TC from the NC made that up, donated $10, added it on to Michigan Mike's donation. So there we go. So y'all made it a very successful Wednesday show. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. And made it worth my while to come on here tonight. Now we can help a couple of families with food. And we will contact them after the show. So that's good. And I appreciate that. That's why we do the shows. And for those of you that did help us out tonight, for those of you that didn't, we ain't saying anything nice about you whatsoever. Other than the Ryan Anderson with a $5 donation. And those help too, man. Those help more than y'all realize. Those $5 donations in here. Well, thank you, Ryan Anderson. I appreciate that. And I'll be rooting for your Tennessee boys this week. Don't worry about that. I'm all in on Tennessee this week. Who do the Hurricanes have this week? Does anybody know? Oh, so Miami, the luckiest fucking team in college football. They're ranked 9th. One more loss, Miami could play themselves out of the goddamn playoffs if they get one more loss. Well, I know, Billy. You said you're good for next month. I understand. Don't worry about it. No, you do your fair share. Billy Sellers, I think, like me, is on disability, and Billy is always good for between $80 and $100 a month every month. Very, very kind of him to do that. He has a nice living situation that affords him to be able to do that, and no badge. Oh, well, Billy, I don't know if I can forgive that. We're gonna have to work on that. We're gonna have to find a way that you have $3 extra a month, so you got your badge. Because you come in here and now you're looking like Just Jake and various others, you know, that don't have their badge. You don't want to look like that. You don't want to look like you ain't got no fucking $3. Shit. Fuck, I got 2 badges to the show. And I own the show. But I figure if I'm going to ask everyone else to have a badge, I have them too. And that way it gives me access to all the shows that we have hidden from the tripe. From those that don't pay very much or anything. And so, yeah, we're going to go 8 more minutes, and that'll be right at about an hour show. So we thank you guys for helping out tonight. Much appreciated. We've taken off the opening theme song. Y'all tell me, do y'all want the opening theme to kind of buy you 4 or 5 minutes to get settled in before the show starts? Now, we do have to share some of the incoming money with the Budos Band. I don't know how much they get. I've never figured it out. But we have to share revenue with them, not your all's donations, but the revenue from commercials. We have to share, but from what I've been told, we only get like $4 for every 1,000 views. So if that's the case, who gives a shit? But from what I understand, that's what revenue sharing is. But if y'all like the opening theme and want us to put it back on, we will. And if you've seen enough of the opening theme, maybe want us to, but they want to do revenue sharing with us. Other songs might try to take you down. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Why do you need people to donate when you have so many sponsors? I got an answer for that. I got an answer for that. There you go. There you go. takes care of that. Wouldn't have a simple answer. Because we do food trades with the sponsors, which is a way for me to kind of get paid without me charging the money. And now we used to charge some of them money, but we have simplified it to where we just do food trades with them. Now, some of them donate as much as to $300 worth of food a month for whoever's business it is. And I obviously cannot eat $300 worth of food a month from these restaurants. Some of them donate about $150, depending how much plugs we give them. The Fish House we don't go to as much. Main Event we don't go to as much. And Two Rivers is a good ride from here. We don't go there as much. But Carrabba's and Bear Nose and McDonald's are nearby. And so and Popeyes, of course. And Popeyes is probably, and Bear Nose are probably our two biggest contributors. Carrabba's is treated as very good. Fish House when we're able to go, but they're a little ride from us as well. Main Event we don't go to that much. As a matter of fact, we're probably going to replace Main Event in the near future. I don't think we've been there since November. And the owner of that place is a big Cornet fan. So, but I put up with it. And McDonald's, the McDonald's we deal with got shut down for a couple of weeks because they're doing road construction at the edge of Taylorsville Road and Bardstown Road. Is it Taylorsville Road and Bardstown Road, and they got shut down for a couple of weeks. We didn't know it. We went by there the other day to have dinner, and they weren't open. So, but I'm sure they're probably back open by now. So, a very good McDonald's, good general manager there. If you live in the Louisville metro area, I got a badge on my computer. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, as long as you got a badge, that's cool. Volvo's safest car on earth. They say that. I've got one. Mine got hit sitting out here once, just sitting out in front of my house, and collected a little insurance money off from it, but hasn't been hit with me in it, so that's a good thing. But no, that's put a little money in my Volvo back when I got it, and from what I paid for the car and the money I put in it, I got about $7,200 in the car, and it's only got 70,000 miles on it. I think 75 now. 70 when I got it. I don't drive a whole hell of a lot. But the way I saw it, I had basically a new car for $7,200 bucks. So, because we replaced everything on it, and pretty good purchase. Pretty good. And in this day and age of used cars, fuck, even a 2004 with 74,000 miles on it, you still get a pretty good price, even if it didn't have everything fixed on it. But we got the receipts. We did about $4,000 worth of repairs on it, and very good car. And they are a pretty safe car. Can't complain. Put a nice navigational system in it for a couple of $100, and very happy with it. The sound system is great. I just finally added Spotify to my sound system. I got 2 free months of Spotify, and you just plug your phone in, and it plays all your music through the sound system. It's got the maps and rear view camera, forward camera, all that shit, all the stuff the car did not come with. So pretty good. And so we got 4 minutes away, and then I got to call Rico back and see what's up with him. He said he had a lot that he wanted to talk about, and sound like he's at a bar though, so I don't know how well he's going to be able to hear me, but we will go from there. So let me check for any last minute donations. And thanks TC from the NC for helping us out there to get us over the top with the $15 challenge. Oh God. Every time I don't answer the Filipinos immediately, are you mad at me? Yeah, when you ask me if I'm mad at you, that's the biggest thing. Everyone stay safe. I love the old Volvos. Well, thank you, Ryan. And pop back in here, Lord, probably on the Tuesday show. Held the Friday show, we're probably going to talk about the top 25 matchups, any big games that are coming up this week. We'll be doing our picks on the Tennessee-Georgia game. I'll be picking Tennessee. It ain't going to be easy, especially if they ain't got their quarterback. But as it stands right now, then again, as bad as some of my college picks have been, I should pick Georgia, and that should lock Tennessee. That should lock Tennessee and winning the game. My college picks have not been great this year. I think I'm under 500 in both NFL and college. A little bit under in NFL. So, and thank you, Ryan. Appreciate that. Very kind of you. And yeah, I got 2 more minutes here, so we'll hang those other 2 minutes. And be back in here Friday night at 10:05 after SmackDown. We'll probably talk a little bit about SmackDown. Obviously, some college football. We'll be covering all the big games coming up this weekend. I think Ohio State's got another big one coming up. If not this weekend, it'll be next weekend. The Canes don't have anything real tough on their schedule, but Georgia Tech wasn't supposed to be tough either. And Georgia Tech played a hell of a ball game. Georgia Tech is better than what a lot of people thought. Plus, I think that game made Georgia Tech bowl eligible too, so that was big for them. And Miami's been flirting with disaster all year. And if they have to meet an SMU or Clemson in the playoffs, that is not going to be an easy game if they have a conference championship against them. Miami by no means is a shoe-in for the playoffs, but they're ranked 9th, but they're seeded 4th because of being a potential conference champion. So that's not bad when you're ranked 9th, but you get a bye and get to wait and have 2 other teams play each other, where some of those teams get to host a home game. I think Vanderbilt's totally gotten screwed over. No, they weren't going to be in the playoffs, but they're not even in the top 25. And you can't tell me Vanderbilt is not a top 25 team, especially compared to 2 or 3 others that I saw in the top 25. Indiana ranked 5th. Holy shit. Who saw that coming? Nobody. Nobody saw Indiana being ranked 25th, 35th, 55th. But there they are. But Indiana people are pissed because they think if Indiana loses 1 game, that they could get knocked out of the entire playoffs altogether, which that would suck. I mean, they've beaten some good teams this year. Oh, I think it's Indiana versus Ohio State. If not this week, next week. That ain't going to be easy. Ain't going to be easy. But if they beat Ohio State, they've earned everything they get. They have earned everything they get if they do that. So what do you do? All right, it's 8:30. I got to call Rico back. So thank everybody for dropping in. I think we got real close to $100 thanks to Ryan Anderson with his donation and a couple of $5 donations in here. We appreciate that. And all those $5 donations in here, they go a long way by the 21st to help us out at the end of the month at helping people get what they need. So we really appreciate that. And so love you guys, everybody that donated. For those that were just fucking around, well, you are a troll. What else would you be? And until Friday night, 10:05 p.m., I'm Kenny the Starmaker Bowling for Bobby Bangs Hazelwood for the Coltrane. You'll probably see 1 or 2 of them on Friday. We did say good day.